Are you tired of the debilitating effects of load shedding?
Oh no, not again. Dude, did you save it?
I can't see. Denver?
I did, just check it. Okay, I don't know, is the UBS running?
Denver, you there? Has this been happening to you over the past few weeks? We have no doubt. In the wake of our failing national electricity provider and its repercussions on business and the economy, there's now more than ever a sense of urgency to go green and look at alternative sources of power. Solar and wind-generated energy are obvious alternatives to the grid and have been used to good effect in certain areas of the country. By virtue of its geographical position in sub-Saharan Africa, South Africa is blessed with both a hot climate and sunny days most of the year. Durban boasts on average 320 days of sunshine a year. It goes without saying then that solar energy in this area of the country is an attractive option.
GoldCircle's always got to think to the ecological aspect of power saving. And so there's a green side of it, and mainly because of a cost saving.
With widespread load shedding negatively impacting on the economy and business in the country, this initiative could not have been timed better.
Our panels all arrived a couple of weeks back beforehand, but the solar panel suppliers haven't got panels. They have run out because of load shedding. Right now, when power is a problem, at least it'll be enough to keep our base load going on non-race days.
It's the first step towards sustainability and reducing overheads.
There's 1,000 panels on the roof, each generating 330 watts. So in effect, it'll give us in a year some 400,000 kilowatt hours, which is enough to cover the normal day-to-day operation.
We are all aware of solar energy, but how is that energy converted into electrical current for day-to-day use?
Now, generally, a solar panel gives you what they call DC, direct current. It's like a battery in your clock or whatever. It's a simple thing. That all goes down into what they call an inverter. The inverter then converts it to AC current, which is our normal household switches and plugs and normal power as we know it, which is then wired into the distribution board that feeds all the current places pulling electricity. Both your solar power and your municipal power run parallel to each other, and it'll pull solar power first. If there's not enough solar power, it pulls the corporation power to make up to what you need at that specific time. So they run in parallel and one substitutes the other one. The peak at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it'll cover 100% of the non-race day power usage. Obviously in the morning at 8 o'clock, it'll give a little bit, but not. It's at its peak, it'll generate enough.
So what's the saving to GoldCircle?
It'll save 10% of our electricity bill over a year, which we're looking at about 750,000 a year we will save by putting them up, which in terms of payback, it'll be about a 5-year, 6-year payback, which in normal returns, that's acceptable.
If this proves successful, do you think GoldCircle might consider putting further panels up?
I think they would consider it, but only when municipalities start taking power back. Because unfortunately the Greyville offtake of power peaks on a race day, then it sits quiet for 4 or 5 days, just with a normal base load. So on those days your power will be going nowhere if no one takes it. So I think it'll need the corporation to buy back.
In a country desperate for alternative sources of power to prop up the economy, one would think that the state would welcome private suppliers of energy, but this is unfortunately not the case.
Well, people like us who put up our own panels, corporation won't take it back. They've got the IPPs and those people in the Karoo putting up big plants and so on. Well, they're selling back to Eskom. But at this stage, there's no municipality that will take back power, unfortunately.
There's no telling if and when this may change.
There's very little maintenance. You keep the panels clean. Your lifespan is a minimum of 20 years. Look after them, should last 40 years. You know, in 40 years' time, power of electricity, it'll be a nice saving then. I'm not a scientist, but the professors say all these things we're doing are creating the atmospheric problems that we have. So yes, and if we all do our little bit, it'll be good.